Hello and welcome to Movies and Coffee with me, Tom. Today we are watching High Noon, Western from the 50s. I know it's got Grace Kelly and I think Gary Cooper. I don't think I've ever seen any Gary Cooper films. I've seen plenty of Grace Kelly films. I've seen most of them. I haven't seen, is it called The Country Girl and The Swan? Those two I haven't seen. Obviously High Noon. What's it about? I don't really know. I think it's something like Gary Cooper is the last good sheriff in town, and there are these bandits coming in, and everyone else is like, oh crikey, we better leave. But he stays. I think that's the plot. Because it's from the 1950s, I think, or 1960s, I'm not expecting a huge amount of action or anything like that, because I haven't really seen a lot of older westerns. I've never seen any John Wayne films, I don't think. I'm definitely expecting it to be less violent than, say, the 3:10 to Yuma remake, or any modern western is going to be more violent than the western made in whenever this was made. So I'm going to lower my expectations, but I love Grace Kelly, interested to see what Gary Cooper's like. So yeah, let's check out High Noon. And if you like what you see, please like, share and subscribe. I don't think that's Gary Cooper. Is that Lee Van Cleef? Gary Cooper! High Noon. Lloyd Bridges, Grace Kelly. It is Lee Van Cleef. Nice. I love in these old films how huge stars in the older films is just in amongst 10 other names. Is that Gary Cooper? Starting off with a ballad kind of makes you think something sad is going to happen. Is it one of those films where everyone dies? Not a lot's happened so far. It's just these three guys have met up. I'm not thrilled yet. Fred Zinnemann doesn't ring any bells. Literally a church bell rings as I said that. That's hilarious. Are these the bandits who are going to take over the town that Gary Cooper has to defend? I think someone's gonna go down. This makes me think of Bounty Law in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Bounty Law.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let us begin. And with the bride and
there
groom,
she
step
is.
forward.
God damn, she's pretty.
In the bonds of holy matrimony.
What's the matter?
Thought I saw Ben Miller. Looked like Pearson Colby, too.
Well, they went all the way through town and nothing happened, so are they going to rob the train or something? He just pooped his pants.
Train on time? Yes, sir. How are you, Mr. Miller? Mr. Pierce? Mr. Colby?
So everyone seems to know them, but we haven't seen the marshal or the sheriff or whatever yet. He's like, screw this.
Do you, Will Kane, take Amy to be your lawful wedded wife?
I do.
I do.
I pronounce you man and wife.
So is this Gary Cooper?
Hello? Anybody home?
I claim an ancient privilege.
Inappropriate.
I'm gonna try, Amy. I'll do my best.
I will too.
Either he's very tall or she's very short.
Hey, Marshal, turn in your badge.
Tell you the truth, I kind of hate to do this without your new marshal being here.
Ah, so he is the marshal.
With the fine job you've done here, I feel free to say this town will be safe till tomorrow.
Well,
Don't ever marry a Quaker, she'll have you running a store. All right, it's coming off. But I got to be paid first. Not till you kiss me.
wondered what he was going to do then. Jesus. It's almost like a precursor to the Lethal Weapon, 10 days to retirement kind of thing, and then all this stuff happens.
Marshal, telegram for you.
They pardon Frank Miller.
And that ain't all. Ben Miller is down at the depot now with Jim Pierce and Jack Colby. They asked about the noon train.
The noon train?
As in High Noon.
Get out of this town this very minute. Come on, let's get him going. Oh, never mind that.
Wow, it's not messing about. It's going right into the plot here.
I think I ought to stay.
Are you crazy? Think of Amy.
Go with my new wife, Grace Kelly, or stay and fight bandits. That's a tough one.
Huh.
That's funny.
There's Lloyd.
What?
Kane and his new wife just took off in a big hurry.
It's funny, even back then he has a cigar in his hand. I'm sure in every film I've seen him he's holding a cigar or something.
Ben Miller is in town.
I guess I'll take a look around.
Why are you stopping?
It's no good. I've got to go back, Amy.
Why?
They're making me run. I've never run from anybody before.
Don't go back, Will.
I've got to. That's the whole thing.
So, okay, I won't go back. End credits. I wonder how close this and the original 3:10 to Yuma came out. Because in the remake, Gary Cooper's character reminds me a lot of Christian Bale. Like, really strong, he has to do the right thing. So is he, yeah, he's a marshal or whatever as well. Oh, is he the new marshal?
Hey, who's back? Don't believe it. How many coffins we got? 2. You better get busy, Fred.
If you just tell me what this is all about.
I sent a man up 5 years ago for murder. He was supposed to hang. Now he's free. I expect he'll come looking for me.
We've got an hour.
They'd come after us and we'd have to run again. As long as
Yeah, so it's personal, so there's no point running anyway.
You don't have to be a hero, not for me.
I'm not trying to be a hero. If you think I like this, you're crazy. I'll swear in a bunch of special deputies, and with a posse behind me, maybe there won't even be any trouble.
You know there'll be trouble.
I like how dark his outfit is. Pretty badass.
I know how you feel about it.
Do you?
Grace Kelly doesn't look too bad either.
Stay at the hotel until it's over.
No, I won't be here when it's over. If you won't go with me now, I'll be on that train when it leaves here.
I've got to stay.
She's bluffing. She's going to stay.
I can deputize a posse. 10, 12 guns is all I need.
Been a judge many times. I hope to live to be a judge again.
No, I think Gary Cooper is pretty tall from the look of it.
Don't you remember when he sat in that chair and said, "I'll kill you, Will Kane. I swear it, I'll kill you."
That was dramatic.
Here you are, ma'am. This will take you to St. Louis.
They're right there. Grab a gun and kill him. Bang, bang, bang. Job done.
Maybe you'd rather wait somewhere else. Like at the hotel, maybe.
Thank you very much.
Harvey, don't you think Kane would be looking for you about now? You really saw at him.
Wouldn't you be if you were me?
I suppose, if I were you.
Be back in a little while.
He's always got a twinkle in his eye, doesn't he, Lloyd Bridges?
Look, this is just a dirty little village in the middle of nowhere. Now get out.
Hey, it's my home. You get out.
There isn't time. Good luck. Look, will you do something for me?
Sure.
Go find Joe Henderson, Mark Howe, and Sam Fuller and tell them I want them here.
Right.
You know what's doing?
Sure.
Well, come on, we got lots to do.
This ain't really a job, you know.
Well, that's what everybody keeps telling me.
All you gotta do is tell the old boys when they come that I'm the new marshal.
The best defense is an offense, right?
You've been sore about me and Helen Ramirez right along, ain't you?
It so happens I didn't know, and it doesn't mean anything to me one way or the other.
He just married Grace Kelly. He don't care who you're doing stuff with.
I haven't got time, Harv. It's got to be up to you.
What? Why? Is he throwing his toys out the pram because he won't get to be marshal? Kind of like how Gary Cooper is like kind of like the reluctant. He's not like swaggering like, "Hey, I got this" kind of guy. He's like, "Well, I guess I'll stay and do this thing." She has the longest eyelashes I've ever seen.
When are you going to grow up?
I'm getting tired of that kind of talk.
Yeah.
Then grow up?
Cut it out!
That was funny.
You'll need me plenty when Frank Miller gets here. Should have had me made marshal to begin with. He's just sore about you and me.
He doesn't care.
Get out, Harvey.
I might just do that. I won't be back.
Good.
Right, he's a bit of a jackass, isn't he? Just pissed off his boss and his girlfriend.
May I wait in the lobby until noon?
Sure, lady.
What's your problem?
Yeah, I wouldn't leave this town at noon for all the tea in China. It's going to be quite a sight to see.
There's a lot of shots of clocks in this, so I'm guessing that's very deliberate, so you're always like thinking about time passing.
You can count on me. You know that, don't you? How many men you got lined up?
None yet.
It's like, none.
Why did you send for me?
I'm leaving town. I want to sell the store.
You've changed your mind.
I thought you'd changed yours.
Ooh, awkward.
Is Helen Ramirez in?
Think you can find it all right?
Wow, what judgy people here. It's obviously a very small town. Everyone knows everything that's going on. And don't go up to see your ex-girlfriend while your wife's right there.
You want me to help you? Well, I would not do it.
I came to tell you he was coming. I should have figured you'd know about it. I think you ought to get out of town. I might not be able to...
I'm not afraid of him.
I know you're not.
So what's her connection to the bad guys then?
I'm getting out.
That's good.
Un año sin ver.
Sí, lo sé.
What?
If you're smart, you will get out too.
I can't.
I know.
I love how dark the costumes are. I mean, I know it's black and white, so there's no colour, but everyone seems to be wearing like black or dark colours. I like it. And of course Grace Kelly is in like virginal, purest white.
Who is Miss Ramirez?
She used to be a friend of your husband's. Before that, she was a friend of Frank Miller's.
So there's a proper love triangle, or was.
This place was always busy when Frank Miller was around. You asked me, ma'am, so I'm telling you.
Oh, shut up. And what are these guys waiting for? Oh, are they just like the henchmen and the main guys coming in on the train?
Said I was going for liquor. You keep away from Kane.
Hadleyville, why does that sound so familiar? It's like has it been used in something else?
Where's the 10 star?
Turned it in a quit.
Smart move.
I didn't ask you for your opinion.
Wow.
Hey, Ben! Ben! Hi, Ben! How are you, Ben?
Yeah, it's good old Ben.
Well, there'll be a hot time in the old town tonight, eh, Ben?
He kind of looks like Luke Wilson. Another shot of the clock. Dun dun dun. See, like I said, the best defense is an offense. I would have just killed that guy. Like, boom. Another clock. That's more like it, Mr. Wayne. Or Kane.
I need deputies. I'll take all I can get.
They're like, So basically the whole town's against him and his wife is going to leave. Everything's against him. The music choice is interesting as well. You think it'd be like quite like suspenseful or whatever, but it's like kind of like gentle ballads almost.
Oh, Miss Fuller, is Sam in?
No. No, he isn't. He's in church, Will. He's gone to church.
Lies. Ooh, how's he going to turn this around then? Because he's literally on his own.
I want to be with you when that train comes in. Please, Kane.
All right, Jimmy, I'll call you if I need you.
Dude, take what you can get.
And why are you going? It's Kane. It's Kane. I know it's Kane.
It isn't Kane.
Don't be such a baby. God.
You want to know why I'm leaving? Kane will be a dead man in half an hour. And when he dies, this town dies too. I can feel it.
I need help. I didn't get married here today because my wife's a Quaker. Frank Miller's coming back on the noon train.
Frank Miller.
And I need all the special deputies I can get.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Hold it a minute. Ain't it true that Kane ain't no longer marshal? And ain't it true there's personal trouble between him and Miller?
We're wasting time.
Quiet.
I love how they're both on literally separate sides of the argument.
We're not peace officers. This ain't our job.
You had your hand up, Ezra?
You all ought to be ashamed of yourselves. He was the best marshal this town ever had. And it ain't his trouble, it's ours.
How can you sit here and talk and talk and talk?
Won't someone please think of the children?
It's our problem because this is our town, and everything we work for will be wiped out.
Yeah, it's in their best interest to help Kane, because he's defending the town. If you don't help Kane, the bandits will take over.
I think you better go while there's still time.
No, they're thinking if he leaves, then Miller won't pick on the town, he'll just go after Kane. But that's not how it works. Miller will know the town's like undefended, at least temporarily, so he'll just do what he wants. He'll... No. Ooh, awkward. Foreshadowing. Yeah, see, he's himself, and I love that. He's not like, oh, I'll be fine, I'll win. He's like, oh.
You risk your skin catching killers, and the juries turn them loose so they can come back and shoot at you again. For what? For a tin star.
Will you come down to that depot with me?
No.
He's like, no.
I couldn't do nothing for you.
Another clock.
It's all for nothing, Will.
A lot of pessimists in this town. God.
What is Mrs. Ramirez's room number? Mrs. Ramirez? I'm Mrs. Kane.
I know.
May I come in?
It's interesting that she's in
You
white
like?
and she's in black.
Let him go.
I have spoken to him for a year until today.
Then what is it? Why is he staying?
I cannot explain it to you.
Because he's a man. God dang it.
My father and my brother were killed by guns. There's got to be some better way for people to live.
Why don't you wait here?
Because it'll be super awkward.
It takes a smart man to know when to back away.
I can't pick my company when I drink in here. I ain't coming in here anymore.
See it again. You'd think this would be really suspenseful, but they're playing like a jaunty la la la. Also, why does he walk everywhere? Surely he has a horse. See, there's one right there.
Go on, saddle him up. That's what you were thinking, wasn't it? You scared?
I guess so.
So sweaty.
Get on that horse, Will.
Don't shove me, Harv. I'm tired of being shoved.
He likes grabbing people, that guy. I was going to say that Gary Cooper's twice his size. Thanks.
I hate this town. To be a Mexican woman in a town like this.
I understand.
You're Mexican too?
If King was my man, I never leave him like this.
She's got a point there. You marry someone, you stand by him.
You got some clean water I can use?
Well, sure, Marshal.
Oh, you got about 6 minutes until the train gets here.
Run into some kind of trouble, Marshal?
No, no trouble.
You're not going to change your shirt?
Will,
I guess I forgot about you, Herb.
well, one of the other boys gonna get here.
There aren't any other boys, Herb. It's just you and me.
This town ain't that low.
Yes, it is.
Do you want out, Herb?
This is different, Will. This ain't like what you said it was gonna be. I got nothing personal against nobody. I got no stake.
Dude, don't be a pussy.
You get some of the other fellas, Will, and I'll still go through with it.
Go on home, Herb.
This town sucks.
Marshal, listen, let me fight with you. I ain't afraid.
You're 12 years old.
No, go on. Get out of here.
Yeah, now you busted up your gun hand as well. You got like 3 minutes. You're not going to do it in 3 minutes, guy. They're still in church. Yeah, see, this is more like dramatic music. That was a big close-up on Grace Kelly. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. I keep saying this, but I love how like scared he is. I'm really interested to see what he does.
Goodbye, son.
Take care.
It's like, I wonder where my wife is. Oh, there she is, leaving with my ex-girlfriend. It's pretty soul-destroying. Talk about kicking a man when he's down. Jesus.
Hello, Frank.
How are you, Frank?
Everything ready?
Sure, just the way you want it, Frank.
Yeah, we got your gun over here.
I like how they haven't shown his face yet. Just keep you in suspense. Oh, there he is. Well, maybe Kane just gets killed and like the townsfolk just kind of like decide to rise up. I don't see that happening. Because the townsfolk are pricks. Let's be honest. We're going to have a classic standoff. Bounty law. Sorry. Why?
Just want to be ready.
Why does he want a bonnet? I'm confused.
Miller!
Oh, right round the back. Did not see that coming. Yeah, she is so over it. She's like, bye. If Grace Kelly gets shot in this, I will not be happy. Don't just run down the middle of the street where there's a gunfight, lady. Is that Miller? Get out the street. 1 down, 3 to go. Oh, wait for him to show himself. You need a rifle, that's what you need. Nice. Yeah, he's gonna burn you out now. Oh probably open. You didn't need to do that. So if Grace Kelly took one out, just be one left. Come on, Grace. They're both around the front, aren't they? So just sneak out the back and like flank them. Oh shit. Nice! Grace Kelly MVP. Oh no, Miller isn't dead. I thought he was the first one who died. And so far, Gary Cooper hasn't been a very good shot.
I'll come out. Let her go.
Ooh, damn. Nice. Yep, she's a keeper, alright. Killed 2 out of the 4, or helped to. Take back your star, scum. Wow. Just the end. Okay. Wow. Right, so that was High Noon. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that one. I haven't seen a huge amount of older westerns, but it just seemed to have a different kind of vibe. Like I said, I loved how like Gary Cooper was like a reluctant hero. He was just like the whole time worrying about what was going to happen, and he was like stubborn in that he felt he had to stay to protect the town. But like he also knew he was totally outgunned because none of the townspeople wanted to, you know, chip in. They're all cowards. They were so lame. Grace Kelly was obviously the MVP of the film. Just shot one of them, distracted the other one so he could shoot him. So she basically killed 2 out of 4. She was awesome. I'm kind of surprised in such an old film that they let the female character do anything, because I don't think typically they did really. Yeah, Gary Cooper's character, he wasn't like a loser, but he wasn't a good aim. He wasn't a particularly good fighter. He wasn't a good strategist. He didn't really have a plan how to kill those guys, but he wasn't willing to back down from a fight, and you kind of respected him for that. He wasn't heroic per se. He was kind of like an everyman, and maybe that was unusual when this film was made. Like I said, I feel like a John Wayne type film, he would have just been like swaggering the whole time, like, I'm going to kill these guys, it'll be easy. But yeah, Gary Cooper just spent the whole film like walking around trying to get people to help him, and they were like, nah, not interested. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And like I said, there wasn't a huge amount of action. It was all just the build up until the Miller came in on the train, and then the other 3 guys teamed up to go and get Kane. So it was more a suspense film, if anything. But the musical choices were weird. They had like a jaunty tune or a ballad going on in the background, and for me it didn't really fit the film. Maybe they're just trying to do something different, I don't know. But yeah, some classic western shots, you know, the standoff in the middle of the street. I loved the costuming, how Grace Kelly was in like pure white, like an angel, and Gary Cooper was just like a badass. He was a tall guy in these dark clothes, and he really stood out. So that was cool. It was lean. I think it was 90 minutes. It didn't mess about in the beginning or the end. At the beginning it said, right, Kane put this guy away, but he's come back and he's going to kill him. And that set the whole scene within the first few minutes. And then the whole film was like waiting for those 4 guys to show up and kill Kane. And then Kane and Grace Kelly, the end. I love its efficiency, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I'm glad I've watched it. Well, I really need to watch The Swan, Grace Kelly. I think that's... Oh yeah, The Country Girl, I think is the other one I haven't seen. Love Grace Kelly. Yeah, so thanks for watching. If you like what you see, like, share and subscribe to Movies and Coffee with me, Tom. And yeah, see you next time.